Awesome. Thank you for sharing that link, Warden. And for all you out there, go give them a watch. When I'm often free on Sundays because I don't broadcast, I do my best to try and stop in and listen to y'all play while I'm either if I'm out driving, because that's the fun part about D&D streams on Twitch. If you're driving, you don't have to take your eyes off the road. It's like listening to a radio broadcast because you can hear the story being played out in front of you. You know, so if you're doing that, or I mean, if you're there at your computer, they have a lot of cool stuff going on. Oh, that light that y'all have, that kind of blue sparkly one. Oh, I'd love one of those. That'd be cool. All right. Anyway, so thank you for re-upping your sub, Warden Murphy. Where you found us, and for anyone else who's new here joining us, in this workshop session, we are equipping a party of 4 characters with magic items. And we're not just going to do... hang on, I'm getting 2 steps ahead of myself. They all have been allowed to have 1 legendary, 1 very rare, 2 rare figures, and 3 uncommon, or not figures, but items. And we're not going to sit down and say, all right, so, you know, we have this race or this class, and this is mechanically... Oh, picked it up on Amazon. Well, if you have the name or the link to it, if you could kind of whisper that over to me, I'd be interested in taking a look at it. And so we're not going to take the things that perhaps maybe we otherwise would. And in fact, what we did was for every slot that's available to us, we rolled randomly for what kind of item that person would have. And so here we have a legendary ring, and it actually ended up being cursed, for our first character, Elderson. And if you take a look here, we have a legendary scroll for Cormoraine. And Cormoraine here is a multi-classed thief and moon druid. And so what would a legendary scroll look like? Especially because not only are we then, you know, randomly determining that, we're adding some little extra bits to our magic items. So let's say that we had a Vorpal sword or maybe a Vorpal hammer. That sounds even more brutal. We're not just getting the stats out of the DMG. We're also giving it a little personality, a little flavor. For the legendary items, and this is completely a line in the sand, you can go through and do this with all the items that you could hope to do this. At the beginning of the magic items section in the DMG, we're here at 141 and 142. Oh, you know what? I just thought of this. If the scroll is cursed, maybe it's maybe it's actually it's a guaranteed scroll mishap. I'm gonna put a note for that real quick down here. Or use the scroll mishap chart on page 140. So if the legendary, like we know about the creator, a historical detail, then for the very rare item, we're going to give it a variant or a minor property and a quirk. You know, everyone talks about talking weapons, but what about talking bags? Would they talk about hunger? You know, Tycho, when we did our item creation workshop last year, we actually ended up having a sentient potion that we created. All right, so we've outfitted Elderson here and Cormoraine. Now let's go to Mau Mau, who is our turtle. So we need a created for and historical detail. Created for historical detail. And very rare, the very rare item is going to have a minor property and a quirk. Oh, we did that for Foon here. we need a created for and a historical detail. There's a cat right over there. She might show up on screen. We'll see. It was an interesting build, Cold Spark. It made us think about a lot of things. A sentient potion, yes. There she is. In fact, I'd urge y'all to go and watch that workshop. It's on YouTube. You can find it in our 2018 content, in our workshop content on our Discord. Now, for Mau Mau, Mau Mau has a legendary weapon. So we roll a 4 and an 8. Created for 4, historical detail 8. For the very rare item, we're going to give it a minor property and a quirk. Again, this is me just applying it. There's no real hard and fast rule for this. If anything, I mean, you could make an uncommon item have some of these properties. Why not? Why, thank you, ma'am. So we rolled a 20 and a 6. Oh, whoops. The minor property should be 20. Oh, thank you, ma'am. The quirk should be 6, and the blessing is immunity to poison while attuned. I forget offhand, but yeah, if you go back in the workshop, you can even download the item because we made it on a sheet like this. You can go back and find it. We had a conversation about what a sentient potion would be like. All right, so for Mau Mau, her legendary weapon was created for a delver of some kind. While underground, the bearer of this item always knows the item's depth below the surface and the direction to the nearest staircase, ramp, or other path leading upward. And a historical detail about this item is number 8, muttering. The item grumbles and mutters. A creature who listens carefully to the item might learn something useful. These are questions that we may have answered them. I forget offhand in the workshop, but there might be an answer for that. Now, what about the very rare armor? Oh, you know what? That's the quirk. So the historical detail. Whoa, I failed. I got lost in my charts talking about sentient potions. My goodness. All right, so it was still created for a delver, I think. Nope, that was a minor property. Haha. All right, so we have a I'm just going to do this. Control Z. I got ahead of myself. The legendary weapon was created for a human. The item was created during the heyday of a fallen human kingdom, or it is tied to a human of legend. Now, for all of you who are DMs out there, do you see how rolling at least once on any of these charts just enriches your world with lore and history? And it could be put onto a common or uncommon magic item too. It might hold writing in a forgotten tongue or symbols whose significance is lost to the ages. And a historical detail is 8. Symbol of power. This item was once used as part of royal regalia. Hey, this works. We have a Crown Oath Paladin here. Or as a badge of high office. Its former owner, or that person's descendant, might desire it, or someone might mistakenly assume its new owner is the item's legitimate inheritor. Now, the armor, we come down here. What minor property does it have? It says roll twice, re-rolling any additional 20s. So we're gonna roll 2 20s. 3 and 6. This is very blessed armor. So the minor property is conscientious. And 6 is guardian. The item whispers warnings to its bearer, granting a +2 bonus to initiative if the bearer isn't incapacitated. That's fine. Our turtle's slow as molasses in January. And conscientious, when the bearer of this item always, no, that's number 4. When the bearer of this item contemplates or undertakes a malevolent act, the item enhances pangs of conscience. And its quirk is number 6. It's loud. The item makes a loud noise, such as a clang, a shout, or a resonating gong when used. All right. So that was Mau Mau, and we have Cormoraine. And we're missing... Ah, here we go. Now we need Foon. Come back up here. Foon's legendary item was created for... We're going to roll a d20 and then a d8. 11 and 5. And then we're going to roll a 20 and a 12. 1 and 1. Okay. Sorry, I was missing some chat over here. Oh, interesting question, Tycho. And it's good to think about these things. Would a good potion heal a bad guy? If it had a conscience. A conscience. Alright, our legendary wondrous item was created for 11. Elemental Earth. This item might be crafted from stone. Any cloth or leather elements are studded with finely polished rock. And a historical detail about this item is number 5. This also plays into prophecy. Uh-oh. Wow, we're seeing possibly a good adventure hook for Lethality Complex. So we're going to come up here, and we're going to snag prophecy. That way I don't have to type all this out again. Lazy DM strikes again. Now for the minor property and its quirk. We have 1 and 1. So it is a beacon. The bearer can use a bonus action to cause the item to shed bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet, or to extinguish the light. And for this wondrous item, it has a quirk of number 1, blissful. While in possession of the item, the bearer feels fortunate and optimistic about what the future holds. Yep, good way to counter the prophecy, right? Butterflies and other harmless creatures might frolic in the item's presence. Sheeps is saying you should totally go on a random adventure, Walleye. Yeah, that's the stuff. All right, so we have these roleplay prompts, and these are going to get us to think about the items that we want, but maybe in new ways, or to design one of our own. Now, some of these might seem to have a semblance of sentience. And what I'm going to do, I am going to roll, let's see, we have 7 items per character, so we have 28 items. I am going to, let's take a look at sentience. At least one item is going to be sentient. Oh, the Treant pair? Hey, there you go. Hey, you still got the Treant pair even with disadvantage. Nice. All right, so one item is going to have sentience. I am going to roll 1d28, and we'll find out which item is sentient. Item 14. So that is the last item. So Elderson is 7, and so Cormoraine is going to have a sentient wondrous item, an uncommon wondrous item. So this wondrous item is going to get some Int, Wiz, and Charisma. And it's saying you can choose the item's abilities or determine them randomly. So we're going to roll 46 for each one, dropping the lowest roll and totaling the rest. So 46. So we have an 11. A 16. And... Whew. 12. And a 16. A sentient item has some ability to communicate, either by sharing its emotions, broadcasting its thoughts. So how does it communicate? Roll a percentile set. 55. The item communicates by transmitting emotion to the creature carrying or wielding it. Emotion is transmitted to the item's carrier. With sentience comes awareness. A sentient item can perceive its surroundings out to a limited range. So we're going to roll a d4. 4, hearing and dark vision. Hearing and dark vision out to 120 feet. Its alignment, we're going to roll a percentile set. It is lawful. Ooh, all right. This is an item that's going to be a little counterintuitive to the party. Lawful good. Use the information on creating NPCs in Chapter 4 to develop a sentient item's mannerisms, personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws. You can also draw in the special features section earlier in this chapter. If you determine the characteristics randomly, ignore or adapt any result that doesn't make sense for an inanimate object. So we're gonna do the NPC steps, and it is also, let's see. It also has a special purpose. So NPC considerations, and lastly we have a special purpose, which is 7. A glory seeker. The item seeks renown as the greatest magic item in the world by establishing its user as a famous or notorious figure. Interesting if we got lore seeker, because that has to do with a prophecy. Not that this item still can't work in a prophecy. So we come over here, creating non-player characters. We're going to roll a couple things here. We have NPC appearance. Roll a d20. 1. Distinctive jewelry, earrings, necklace, circlet. So this item is going to be bejeweled in some way. Distinctive jewelry. Abilities we already have. It has a talent of some kind. And the talent is number 18. It's a skilled actor and master of disguise. How can we interpret that to whatever item it is? Let's determine which item it is first. The way in which it interacts with others is number 7. It whispers. And how does it interact? Roll a d12. It's a suspicious. It's a suspicious thing. Useful knowledge? This would be up to LethalityComplex. And then finally, it has an ideal, a bond, and a flaw or a secret of some kind. 2d6 to determine this part here. 1 and 3. It's a good ideal of a greater good. Its bond is determined on a d10. We rolled 3. Protective of colleagues or compatriots. And what is its flaw or secret? We roll a 12. And we got a 10. A secret crime or misdeed. Oh, you beat Strahd again. Congrats, Hark. Alright, so Elderson here has a legendary ring of some kind. Now, we can come up with our own, or if we look in Xanathar's guide, you know, if we look here and we see, well, what rings exist? So, for example, a major item that, well, so that's very rare. But we need a legendary ring. So that's what Walleye was talking about. The Ring of Earth Elemental Command, Ring of Invisibility, Ring of Spell Turning and such, Ring of 3 Wishes. So let's see. What do we know about Elderson? Elderson is an illusionist wizard. Grew up in a village as a Goliath, so in the mountains. Earth might make sense. The village was burnt in some conflict, and he was taken in as a child soldier. There, he was given the standard to bear in combat to earn his keep and protection. And in so doing, he studied the tapestry, the battles that were, there, and ended up learning the spells that he can cast from this tapestry. The tapestry is the spell book, and this was passed on, and he adapted, he learned. We have a very martial character despite being a wizard. Very strong, good constitution, good intelligence. Wields the quarterstaff, which is the banner, right? It's the pole that carries the banner. We have Stone's Endurance. This is also something that was created. So this is a dragon-themed legendary ring. Historical detail, prophecy, the item features and prophecy its bearer is destined to play a key role in future events. Someone else who wants to play that role might try and steal them. So how can we make this flavorful if we go back? Let's see, I can stare down a hellhound without flinching. I've lost too many friends. I'm slow to make new ones. In life as in war, the stronger force wins. I'll never forget the crushing defeat my company suffered or the enemies who dealt it. The monstrous enemy we faced in battle still leaves me quivering with fear. So if we go here to a ring of some sort of elemental command or invisibility or spell turning, 3 wishes, I wonder offhand then, if we go back to treasure, and let's scroll quickly to the R's. I went too far. Hey buddy, where are you? Come on. Come up and see me. Yeah, I hear you. Come on, bud. You can expend 2 of the ring's charges to cast Dominate Monster on a water elemental. In addition, you can stand on and walk across liquid surfaces as if they were solid ground. You can also speak and understand Aquan. If you help slay a water elemental while attuned to the ring, you gain access to the following additional properties. So let's see if you use 2 of these. Resistance to acid. You move through solid earth or rock as if those areas were difficult terrain. You can cast the following spells from the ring, expending the necessary number of charges. Stone shape, stone skin, or wall of stone. So that might be very thematic. That might be something that was found as the village was burning or given to him, and while it's cursed, you know, the curse might end up being, you know, when people sleep or rest, when their minds go to be at ease, maybe the shouts of the villagers that died in that savage raid begin to stir, and that's what keeps people from being able to rest if they're within 300 feet of you. And that also, you know, this also would go to explain why he's always sent away, right? He's the illusionist. He creates a distraction. He creates an entire other half of the army that doesn't exist, but it looks real enough to other battle commanders that they're going to split their army off and go after the illusionist to winnow down the forces for the actual real flesh and blood army. Though I do have a question that the monster manual should be able to help answer. And it can do so in the D section. I think I went too far. Alright, here we go. So this is a copper dragon. That is a young. So wormling. A wormling is a CR1. A gold is a 3. So what I'm going for here, everyone, is there an equivalent? That one's a 2. Is there an equivalent to an earth elemental that could be summoned out of the ring? Bronze wormlings are 2. A young brass dragon is pretty close, because elementals, I believe, are CR5. Yeah, it looks like the young ones are 6 minimum. Oh, there's a CR4 as a red dragon wormling. That could be interesting. So if we go for this legendary ring, well, you know, if you're able to move through the earth and a dragon makes a horde in there, this could end up being a way to help find a dragon's treasure hoard. It was even made maybe from the scales of the red dragon that lived in the mountain itself, or whichever dragon. So our legendary ring, I think might just be a ring of elemental command. That might work very well. And play into who the character is. Hey, Lethality, welcome. We're doing some backstory theory crafting along with giving the items to the character. So let's do this. Ring of Earth Elemental Command. However, it is cursed. Hey, Mr. Wolfie, welcome back. You're going to have some good story fodder for this. Now, we also have a very rare ring. Let's see. Those are major rare items. I guess there's not a, I guess there's not minor. So that goes major items uncommon to then major items. Well, there's minor items very rare. And a P, there's no ring in that though. So let's go back here. We have another ring that is very rare. All these are rares. So major items very rare. And so we have a ring of regeneration, a ring of shooting stars. Now, as the prompt is darkness, a ring of shooting stars could be interesting. A ring of telekinesis could work as well. Bear suffers no harm in temperatures as cold as -20 degrees or as warm as 120. And the item periodically and randomly alters its appearance in slight ways. Let's see. What would be good here? Wearing this ring, you regain 1d6 hit points every 10 minutes, provided that you have at least one hit point. If you lose a body part, the ring causes the missing part to regrow and return to full functionality after 1d6 plus 1 days. If you have at least one hit point the whole time. This could also explain how he's so survivable as a loner illusionist. Still, let's keep looking. Requires attunement outdoors at night. While wearing this ring in dim light or darkness, you can cast dancing lights and light from the ring at will. Casting either spell from the ring requires an action. Has 6 charges. Fairy Fire, Ball Lightning. Oh, hey, gaming as usual. And thank you for the emote, too. Gao, oh, hey. Look at this. I have a fun little flower. Hey, little butterfly. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Oh, there he goes. Wasn't that wonderful? Which box would you like, gaming as usual? I do have 3 Descent into Avernuses left. The shooting stars sounds interesting. However, we could probably just, I mean, all of these could work. We have a wizard who is duplicitous in the extreme. Surprise you? If we were to do that, gaming as usual, with the 18, so we can't do a Storm King's Thunder with that, but we could do a Descent into Avernus, Monster Menagerie 1, Dungeon of the Mad Mage, or Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. So, if you don't have one in particular of those that you want, you could just roll a d4, and it would be, I guess we'll do it, Avernus, alphabetical, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Oh no, I guess it would be Avernus, Guildmaster's Guide. No, D, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Apparently my brains are leaking out of my ears. So yeah, Avernus, Dungeon, Guildmasters, Monster Menagerie. Hey, Technotron, welcome. Alright, so... Hark, you sniped gaming's roll. So gaming, when the clock resets, it's exclamation point 1d4. It's great to see you, Technotron, welcome. Hark actually sniped O'Sheep's roll that she was going to snipe it from gaming as usual. You roll on a 1. All right, so we'll pop open a box of Avernus for you. We'll do that here. Gaming, can you stick around for a little bit until our next break, and then I'll bust open a box for you then? Yeah, welcome. I hope you've been happy and healthy, Technotron. It's great to see you. So we are just going to we're going to roll a D3 and randomly assign it. 2. Ah, so we have the Ring of Shooting Stars. Ring of Shooting Stars with these additional little properties for being kind of quirky and fun. All right, so yeah. Oh, real life game issues? I hope it's nothing too bad, gaming, as usual. You know you're always welcome to, if you want to talk about it and get some input, we're good for it. All right, now we're going to get a rare scroll, and of course, being a wizard, we could cast, I mean, whatever the heckin' we wish. Scrolls are rare scrolls, actually. If we go to a particular table, it describes the levels of these scrolls that are found in each tier. So here we go, at 5th or higher, 11th or higher, 17th or higher. So a rare scroll would be a 3rd level spell to a, so let's see, 7 is 4, 9 is 5. So a 3rd, 4th, or 5th level spell is in the rare tier. So if we have 3, 4, or 5, I will roll it, and so I'm gonna roll a D3. So we either have a 3rd level spell, a 4th level spell, or a 5th level spell. All right, so we have a 3rd level spell. And we're going to make this a wizard spell, as we have a wizard. And if we go to the player's handbook, wouldn't you know, there is a list of wizard spells. And of 3rd level, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, first things first, odds or evens. Odds, player's handbook, evens, Xanathar's. I'll roll a d12. Odds. All right, this is player's handbook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30? Ah. I had a big punchline. I was going to pretend this was an auction. And sold! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29-sided die. And we have a scroll of 1, 2, 3 of clairvoyance. Mostly kids 11 to 20, and one of the other DMs at the shop complained to the shop owner that we were taking up too much room, and he can DM his games the way he wants because of the kids in my group. By the way, that DM is related to the shop owner. Oh no, are we getting favoritism? Wait, 3rd is uncommon? I also saw what Lethality was talking about, because uncommon is 1st or high, so that's 1st and 2nd level spells, right? Because at 1st level, level 1, you get level 1 spells, and then 3, you get 2nd. And then at 5, you get 3rd. And so character level 5th or higher is a rare tier. Well, yeah. So cantrips also say. I mean, if you want lethality, I have no problem. I have no problem if you're fine with it being a fourth or fifth. If that's the case, then we'll keep the with the magic item tables. The magic item tables like can have scrolls, but we're doing this in a randomized way. But we also want to build this towards the character in a fashion. They are Cold Spark, yes. So what we'll do is they have each of the rarities per level under the spell scroll magic item entry. I was just in the R section as well. Ah, yep, sorry about that. I was looking at the general magic items, so shame on me. Thank you very much, Lethality, for pointing that out. So yeah, it's fourth or fifth, so let's just, odds or evens. We rolled odds, so it'll be a fourth level spell, and if we keep the same number, so by clairvoyance, I totally meant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, no, wait. It was just a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Confusion. Now we get a rare wondrous item. So we can roll whether it's a minor or a major item. So we'll do odds or evens. Hey, Master Mage, welcome back. Unless you have a preference, Lethality, if you're open to major or minor, I'll roll for that randomly. So we'll do, if that's the case, if minor and major are both options, I'll roll odds or evens for minor or major. And this is going to end up being a... Oh, I'm good either way on that one. Rolling for an item is... Okay, gotcha. So this is a minor item. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to make a 9-sided die, and the rare item is number 7. So that's 9, 8, 7. A necklace of fireballs. Oh, that the other DM was mad because you were picking players up? And because the dad was sitting in on that. So I'm stuck and don't know what to do. I don't want to tell some of my players they can't play anymore, and I can't move it to Monday or Tuesday because no one can play. Shop owner came to me and asked to only keep 5 of my players and move it from Friday to Monday or Tuesday. Neither I can do because the kids have school the next day. I'm either misunderstanding or I missed something gaming as usual. Is the complaint that you're taking up too much room because it's competing with like Friday Night Magic, and so you have like 50 people trying to cram in to play Magic, and your table is really big, or is there nothing else really going on and he's just making a complaint? Can you provide a little context to the situation you've described? No F&M. So what else is going on Friday? It's just 3 D&D games? So is it a noise issue? Because if it's a noise issue, you can easily keep that, you can help keep it in line even with younger folk. Now we have an uncommon item. I'm going to roll odds or evens. Evens. We have a major uncommon item. And this is also a wondrous item that we rolled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. We rolled a 32. A Quiver of Elona. Well, we can, as a wizard, I believe, use a short bow. Daggers, darts, light crossbows. But I believe crossbow bolts would be good in that instance. Let's check it out real quick. Oh, and actually, there's a Quiver of Elona. It doesn't require attunement. That's good, because I think we're getting really close. Each of the quiver's 3 compartments connects to an instrumental space. Hold numerous items. Shortest compartment can hold up to 60 arrows. Up to 18 javelins. 6 long objects such as bows, quarters. Oh yeah, this is good for a. This is very good for a wizard. All right, so we are getting a Quiver of Elona. Your game was the second to start, but lack of chairs and such. And the other DM is upset because before my group started, it was all adults, and he could use adult language, but since I have kids in the group, he has to keep PG-13. And watch how he describes stuff. I'm not going to tell another business what to do. It's their business. It's their meta, their culture. I would recommend that a game store does not go above PG-13 anyway, gaming as usual. It does sound like you have a personally salty DM. And so what you could do, especially, look, if you came to me with this, now I would not have favoritism. Yeah, so he has to behave like an adult. How dare, table flip. I would talk to the owner and see if there's a way that the tables can be set up for more space, or if it comes down to it, say, is it an issue with chairs? I'll get chairs. I will bring chairs from my house if it means kids can play D&D. You know, so make it, you know, make the point to the owner, and have the owner, like, if you hold the owner and say, why does this change need to happen? If you don't want kids playing in your store, you should just tell me. Because otherwise, if you're saying to do it on a late Monday or whatever, you know no kids are going to come by. So is this about the kids? Is this about the other DM not being able to shout about, you know, effing people up in the ear, and you're really bending them over and R-ing them up the A when you rolled that crit, ha ha ha. You know, like, how, I don't know how graphic this person is getting. You know, if it's sexual or violent or something along those lines. But, you know, sometimes if you just put something out forward like that, and this is like the son of the owner might go, yeah, you know what? It's probably not a good idea that I have a DM in my store, who's talking about, oh, you're totally R-ing those people, you know, for being little bees and, all this other stuff. Boy, I don't know if it froze on your display. I had a very interesting frozen face on Slobs here. Yeah, gaming as usual. I'll tell you what. I will throw in for a folding chair you can bring You can even put my store's name on it if you want. But no, I'll buy you a folding chair if it means more kids can play D&D. And you know what, Gao? If you look at it that way, these are the kids who are going to grow up. They're going to want minis. They're going to get summer jobs. They're going to spend disposable income. And if kids are playing, usually the person who holds the purse strings, the moms, will also say, I'm comfortable with my kids being here. They can get snacks. Sure, they can buy dice. Sure, they can buy books. Sure, they're making friends. Hey, TJ, welcome. Yep, so I'll tell you what, Gao. If you're allowed to play, if it's just a matter of chairs, I think a couple of us in here will be happy to get a folding chair. And maybe we can throw in a little bit of extra to get a vinyl decal with the sponsor's name on those chairs. So you'll have a chair that says, this chair supplied by 12-Sided Guy. This chair supplied by the Hero Zone. This chair supplied, and you have all these benefactors who actually want to step up and give kids a place to play D&D and learn. All right, now we have some more uncommon stuff. We have an uncommon piece of armor. And I don't know if armor really is major or minor. There's ammunition. Oh, yeah, there's Mariner's armor. So, yeah, we'll roll odds or evens. Evens, so we have a major uncommon piece of armor. So we have adamantine armor. And a sentinel shield or a shield +1. So we have a wizard who can't use a shield, but the sentinel shield could be interesting. Let me look that one up real quick. QRS. I mean, a sentinel shield could make sense for his military background, too. And especially being magical. You sort of, like, made it yourself. Sentinel shield. You have advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom perception checks. The shield is emblazoned with the symbol of an eye. That just says while holding the shield. You don't even have to be proficient in it. I don't know. So, lethality. As we have this wizard who definitely doesn't use or wear armor, doesn't care about armor. We did roll an armor for the wizard. Do you want me to re-roll this? Or would you, how would you roll something like the Sentinel Shield? And how it would play if he's wielding a, if he's wearing it or uses a quarterstaff or wants to, well, if you want to cast, that might interfere. But this is for the illusionist wizard that we made, lethality. How do you want me to re-roll uncommon from armor into something else? Hey, random hero, welcome. It's a good night so far. I'd say proficiency would be required, so a reroll. Sure, let's do it. Let's roll a d6. 1, a weapon. Okay. So we go from armor to a weapon. And in this case, as a wizard can use like wands and whatnot, right? Staffs, rods, and wands. Let's see if we have a weapon, a staff, rod, or wand. We rolled a 1, so a weapon. We come back here. So we still rolled major. I'll stick with that. We have a weapon. Pipes of the sewers. Well, shoot. Sword of Vengeance. A Trident of Fish command would be interesting. And, no, this character isn't the, this character is not the Sea Elf. This is the Goliath. If it was the Sea Elf, that'd be really cool, because we are proficient in Tridents. So this could just be a weapon +1. And no big deal with that. So this would be a quarterstaff +1. And then we have an uncommon ring. And that would be, let's see. There is a ring of swimming, so I guess we will roll odds or evens. Odds. So it's a minor item. It is a ring of swimming. And then lastly, a wondrous item. Odds or evens. We rolled odds again, so it's a minor wondrous item. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, wait, that's rare. Oh, this is just it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Roll a d20. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Eyes of minute seeing. Now, the Eyes of Minute Seeing are a sentient item that has an intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And it has all of these other properties. As I rolled randomly, one item of the 28 would be sentient, and we got this this last item here. Oh, you know what? I went down to Cormorant here, and I still have to do an uncommon weapon. Oh, wait, no. That should have been... the weapon was a quarterstaff plus one, because we were talking about that. And so instead, the wondrous item... Oh, wondrous item can still be that we rolled for it. The ring, however, will still roll for the ring, and the weapon is still going to be the weapon, because I thought we were up on the wizard here. Instead, we get an uncommon scroll. And so the uncommon scroll is first through third. So I'm going to roll a three-sided die. Or I guess it would be, what? Cantrip, first, second, third. So a d4. So we have a third level spell. Third level wizard spell. Odds or evens for PHB or Xanathars. Odds. And then we come back to the player's handbook. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. That was the 29. And that one's 16. So 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, and 16 is Lightning Bolt. There we go. Yeah, I saw that Cold Spark. Thank you for... it was my... I didn't look, and yeah, thank you for that. A 3/4 staff would look really odd, says Master Mage. Today I called 4 other comic game shops in my county trying to see if I could hold a game somewhere else. I found one place that I could use on Saturdays and have as many players as I want and all tables and chairs, including spare books, dice, and minis to use during the day, but it's sort of rent the room for the day place. Well, you know, if you work with the owner, say, all right, what are you asking for? And you bring it up to your group and say, all right, if we pass the hat, but we have access to all day, all room, all chairs, minis, and everything, can y'all throw $5 into a hat? And even if it would have cost everyone $3, if you say $5 and we'll buy a pizza for everyone with that, you know, the spare money and everyone gets like 4 slices or whatever. Hey, Donnie Sorrow, welcome. Good to see you. All right, so now for Cormorant Stormheart. This is interesting. In LethalityComplex, let me get your opinion on this. This is our Thief Rogue Circle of the Moon Druid. The item that we rolled to be legendary is a scroll. That being said, while normally you can only cast scrolls for like spell slots that you have, would a legendary scroll just allow anyone to cast off of it? You do prismatic scrolls for non... so, like, prismatic spray, you mean? Or... oh, okay, so it is 10 plus the spell level. Well, in this case, it'd be a 19, because this is a legendary scroll that our druid has. Okay, so she wouldn't need a 19 to cast this legendary spell? Okay. So, the interesting little roleplay bits that we threw on for all the legendary things. We did a created for and what was something historical about it. This legendary scroll created for the drow. The item is half the normal weight. It's black and inscribed with spiders and webs in honor of Lolth. It might function poorly or disintegrate if exposed to sunlight for 1 minute or more. And it has an arcane history. This item was created for an ancient order of spellcasters and bears the order's symbols. That being said, Lethality, do you want this to be just a druid spell? Or would you open this up to something else? Because she is a druid, and we can roleplay into it. Maybe her order gave her this secret scroll to be used for the emergency to come. And considering the fact that you have darkness as your prompt, the fact that we have like a drow inspired 9th level scroll would be very interesting. The last comments describe it. Oh, I'm sorry that I missed those then, Donnie. Just finished session 2, had that big story moment where all the players looked at each other and said, "Oh, that was amazing." They had been questing for a town witch to find out what happened to the baby girls of the town, went to the goblin lair, killed the goblin brood mother that transformed into a giant clawed beast. Then they lit the candle and dust the witch gave them in the goblin nursery. The magic seals in the room broke and the odd-looking goblin children disappear. They returned to the witch to find it was abandoned. They had been working for the hag the whole time, taking out a rival coven. Ooh, my goodness. Nice, Donnie. I'd open up any 9th level spell written specifically for a druid to cast. Okay. So any 9th level spell, but it's done in such a way that a druid would be able to cast it. Alright, so let's go odds or evens. Odds. We're gonna look at the players the players handbook here. Now let's see if there's something that's just not fitting. Let's see, foresight, shape change, storm of vengeance, and true resurrection. These are automatically druid spells. What could be something that the drow? The storm of vengeance sounds really cool alone. Foresight, power word heal, power word kill, true polymorph. Who dares disturb my minis? So, Gao, you want me to pull a capsule for you too, then? Hey, that could be a fun clip. Gate, meteor swarm, power word kill, time stop, and wish. True polymorph, power word kill, imprisonment. Astral projection, foresight. Shape change might be a good one. Even if it's drow, what if that creates a Drider or something? Let me look at shape change. This is a 9th level spell. Elemental P Q R S. Shape change. You assume the form of a different creature for the duration. The new form can be any creature with a challenge rating equal to your level or lower. Wow. Creature can't be a strong construct or undead, and you must have seen that sort of creature. Yeah, CR, you become... Oh, this is a drow thing for sure. You know what you turn into. Oh my goodness. Alright. This is a legendary scroll of shape change. I think that works very well. Yeah. It'd have to be, I guess, a mini Tarask then. Because you'd have to be a CR 18 or lower. Of course, this could also work. I mean, we're talking drow. We're also talking to thief and whatnot. All right, now we have some very rare armor. It's made of a strange material, but it shows like battle damage and whatnot. It's a very unique quirk. Nothing mechanical, but the Kraken, too high of a CR, unfortunately. Yeah, it's 20 at level 20. So let's go to Xanathar's Guide. We have very rare armor for this character. So let's go. Do we even have? There are no minor very rare items. So I guess this is a major very rare that we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 very rare armors. Let's roll a 7. We rolled 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Dwarven plate. All right, we can't wear dwarven plate. I don't know if there would be an equivalent, or if Lethality, you have an opinion on that. Since this is our rogue, we can wear medium armor because we multi-class in the druid, and of course there's the taboo of metal. So however you want to work that into your world, Lethality. But if we go here and if we go to, whoops, I went too far, everyone. I dug too deep. My hubris. Or hubri. Wearing this armor, you gain a +2 to AC. In addition, an effect that moves you against your will. So would you just allow this to be put onto something, onto some other kind of armor? And we could call it something natural, you know, like instead of dwarven plate, you could call it like, I don't know, Zorn skin or something. That's fine to you? Alright, so the very rare armor is... Let's look at the character real quick. This is our second character, Cormoraine. We do get light armor, medium armor, and shields. We don't have a too big of a strength score. And so that would mean that we might be limited. Yeah, so... Well, no, there's no strength requirement, so we can even wear half plate. So that would be 15 plus dex modifier, so 17 plus the dwarven version, so that'd be a 19 CR. So let's armor... this is going to be, quote-unquote, dwarven... half plate. Unless we want to be sneaky. If that's the case, then I guess it would be a breastplate. Are we a sneaky character? Not especially. We're a bounty hunter. We can also change form, and our armor doesn't matter while we do so. So, Dwarven Half Plate, and the entry for that is on page 167. Now, we're going to get 2 rare scrolls. And so, if we go down here, rare scrolls, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and... I passed it. Here it is. 4th or 5th level are rares. So odds or evens? Even, so we have a 5th and a 4th. So now we are a druid. Now we're going to go back here, go to the druid spell list, and oh, we got to roll odds or evens for player's handbook. Player's handbook. All right, this will work out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we roll a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Grasping Vine. And the 5th level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We roll a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contagion. Now we have an uncommon weapon. And so we go back to Xanathar's because they have this nice, concise set of tables here. Minor items, uncommon. Yeah, there's weapons in here. Or at least the one. So just ammunition plus 1. Minor. So this is ammunition plus 1. Does she even have... Did we give her anything ranged? Short sword, short bow. And she has an entire array also of spear, trident, light crossbow, hand crossbow, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. So if this is, I think it treats 10 pieces of ammunition as plus 1, if I recall correctly. Let me go to the A section. You have a bonus to attack and damage rolls. The bonus is determined by rarity. Once it hits a target, the ammunition is no longer magical. All right, so lethality. How would you class this? If I rolled an ammunition plus 1, does this character have 1 lucky bolt or arrow, or would you just say that you have X, D, Y, or how would you want to go about this? 10 pieces, sure. So we have. 10. I guess we'll say, because she can use hand crossbows or light. If the bolts are the same, I don't know if they are for you. 10 plus 1 crossbow ammo. I get bolts, but whatever. And an uncommon ring. There is a... It's the Ring of Swimming, so it's odds for that alone, or it's evens for something else. Evens. So we have a major uncommon ring, and that is going to be jumping, mind shielding, so this is a D4. We have a ring of jumping. Okay, bolt's a bolt, so sure, we'll give her 10 plus 1 bolts. Or I guess crossbow bolts. Just to be safe. And then we already rolled for this legitimately, so the Eyes of Minute Seeing are the one sentient item in the group here. And by the way, this, if you wanted to roll with this lethality, of course, look, I'm going to send all this over to you. You can simply go, I don't like this. highlight, delete. But there is some interesting prompts here anyway. Now for Mau Mau. Mau Mau has a legendary weapon that is created for a human. It's created during the heyday of well, not for a human. Well, maybe for a human originally. Of a fallen kingdom or it's tied to a human. A legend might hold writing in a forgotten tongue or symbols. And it's a symbol of power. And you know what? It's amazing that this came to the oath of the Crown Paladin. This legendary weapon. So we're going to go to major items that are legendary. And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 legendary weapons. And of course, the legendary weapon that we made is going to have this sort of a tinge to it. And if we want to replace things to be thematic along these lines, we certainly may. So our D6 roll is... we rolled a 1. So that is a defender. Now, Mau Mau uses glaives. So I would presume that lethality, similar to the dwarven male, might say, take the defender properties and put it on a glaive. Or not. I don't know. That's the deck of many things. There we go. A weapon. It says any sword. Let's see. You gain a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. First time you attack with a sword on each of your turns, you can transfer some or all the bonus to your armor class. I don't know. Fighting with a glaive, that could be cool. Yeah, defender glaive. Yeah. Yeah. Legendary weapon. Defender glaive. Page 164 for reference. Now, very rare armor. Just as we rolled 1s, there are 2 items that were cursed since we rolled 1s. One item was rolled at 20, and so I said, it's blessed. And what we did, lethality, is I went to the minor detriments on the artifact table, and I gave them each a minor detriment, and for the blessed, I gave them a minor benefit. And so the minor benefit, if you want me to roll this back, or the curses, you're welcome to tell me so. But the blessing is you're immune to poison while attuned to the armor. Now, what's going to be interesting is that this blessed armor... So we actually have like a blessed... oh, you know what? You know what? We're a turtle. We don't wear armor. And I hear a honking cat. Hi, bud. You want to come up and say hi to people? Hey, Gareth, welcome. So I think what we have to do in this case, unless you want to modify it somehow, lethality, as I rolled armor for our turtle paladin. Yeah, you want me to re-roll this? Because if we do that, let's see. Yeah. Well, it's a great weapon, but also being a turtle, we can't wear armor. So, there's that. Alright, so instead we rolled a 2. Wait, is 2 armor again? It really wants to give us armor. It really wants to give us a legendary weapon and a very rare weapon. Alright, let's try this again. I guess I should just roll a D4, and we're just going to start from there. And just go wondrous items, scroll, potion, or ring. Well, if gaming as usual, that's not a bad idea. It depends if Lethality Complex wants to allow that or not. Because turtles already have a beefy personal armor. Yeah, take the armor! I'm telling you. I mean, if we're just looking at, yeah, so that might bring it up a lot. So let's just re-roll it and see what we get. Because also having a one two-handed weapon and then a very rare other, let's just roll a d4. All right, we rolled a 2. So we have a scroll. We have a very rare scroll as a paladin. And so now let's go back to the spell. Nope. You get back up there. Let's look at the spell list for paladins. Very rare. Staff. Spell scrolls. Very rare is 6th through 8th. Paladin spells, however, only go to 5th. So lethality. Would you like me to reroll again for our paladin, excluding spells, or excluding you let it be a cleric spell? Okay. Or how about this also? Could they burn the scroll for a smite? Now, here's the deal also. Don't tell anyone, lethality. Oh, no, wait. This has the quirk. No damage on it if they use this. No damage cap on it if they use the scroll. So, how do we have a... Okay, so we're going to turn the armor into a scroll. And so it could be 6, 7, or 8. I'm going to roll a d3. So we have a 6th level scroll. That's also blessed. It has some minor properties. When the bearer of this item contemplates or undertakes some malevolent act, the item enhances pangs of consciousness. The item whispers warnings to its bearer, granting a +2 bonus to initiative if the bearer isn't incapacitated. And it's also kind of loud, but it makes the person immune to poison while attuned, as that's the blessing. So I think, let's see, we have a 6th level. Circle of Death, Disintegrate, Globe of Invulnerability, Mass Suggestion, Move Earth, Sunbeam, or True Seeing. So we could go a... can be used to smite, I think is what lethality was saying with the no damage cap. Oh, that's sorcerer stuff. Cleric spells. 6th level. Blade Barrier, Create Undead, Find the Path, Forbiddance, Harm, Heal, Hero's Feast, Planar Ally, True Seeing, or Word of Recall. Conscientious Guardian. Makes a lot of loud noise. And you're immune to poison. This is obviously a scroll of Hero's Feast. And so the scroll actually has like a picture of people eating, and while you're carrying it, you can hear in the background very faintly the sounds of like dishware and silverware and people eating and talking. This is invoking the Hero's Feast. But I think this spell absolutely would bear all of this. And perhaps it goes away once the spell is cast, but until you cast it, all of this other stuff is functional. And also then we get a rare scroll, so we actually have a 5th level scroll. Right? Because rare, actually rare's 4th or 5th. And this one is cursed. So we have a blessed scroll and a cursed scroll. We're a librarian. Maybe we mix something up, or maybe, you know, the juice is worth the squeeze. The curse that we rolled, Lethality, was a minor detriment to the artifact table. So we rolled 37, which was people can't rest within... No, wait, that was the first one. You'd have to look at the chart then. I'm sorry, because I went back. I said that this was a prompt, because how could you apply that to a scroll? And I wanted to leave that open for you to think about, Lethality. So if we have 4th or 5th level spells, we're going to go odds or evens. We go odds, so this is a 4th level scroll. And for paladins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, although odds or evens again. Odds, yep, so we're going to roll a d6. This is a staggering smite. Now we have a potion, a rare potion. Odds or evens? Odds, this is a minor rare potion, if such a thing exists. That's major rare. There we go. Oh, yeah. Probably all the potions are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 potions there. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A potion of speed. Although, wait, did I roll for odds or evens on that? It was the 7. I think I did. Now we have some uncommon rings. Well, in the uncommon, there's only the one uncommon, which is a ring of swimming. So one major, both are major. No one is taking this ring of swimming. 1, 2, 3. There are 4 rings on this tier. So we're 4 and 3. So we have a ring of water walking and a ring of warmth. And then we have an uncommon wondrous item, odds or evens. Odds, we have a minor uncommon wondrous item. This is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Roll a d20. 18. So that's 20, 19, 18. A rope of climbing. Hey, that's... You always need rope. You have a 60-sided die? Well, anyone, can you think of what Master Mage can do with a 60-sided die? All right. Gaming as usual. I'll tell you what. Let's do this last character, and then we'll pull your box of Descent into Avernus and pop your capsule. So we have a legendary wondrous item. A legendary wondrous item. In fact, this one I believe can be minor. Yeah. This can be minor or major, so odds or evens? Evens. We have a major wondrous item. That's legendary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nope, we're not that. 14, 15, 16, 17. We rolled a 2. We have a belt of Cloud Giant strength on our Barbarian. Wow, that is bringing us up to Belt of... Six... A belt of storm giant, cloud giant is a 27. On our barbarian, that is bananas. Oh my gosh. Lethality. I'm sorry. And oh, what's even better? This is no, wait, hang on. This is for Foon, our air genasi. Yeah, alright. Oh, and by the way, so instead of elemental earth, this is probably elemental air instead. A banana barbarian. Woo, lordy. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, we rolled it was for elemental earth. That's right. I was thinking of the Goliath character up above, and I didn't want to make sure. I want to make sure we weren't getting confused. Item might be crafted from stone, any cloth or leather elements, or studded with polished rock. And so this could be, I don't know, like crystallized, like permanent cloud dew or something like that. And by the way, 2 of these items are mentioned in a prophecy of some way, lethality. If you want to use that as a prompt, of course you don't have to. Belt of cloud giant strength on the barbarian. I mean, it'd be awesome on the wizard too, but now we have a very rare wondrous item, and so we're going to come back to this chart, and our very rare, do we have a very rare minor? I wonder. Minor legendary. Minor, yeah, we do. All right. Odds or evens? Evens. We have a major, very rare wondrous item. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not that. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 19. So if that's 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. A manual of golems. Then we have two rare rings. 2 rare rings. Oh, you know what? Lethality. Ah. Another dice on that one? Oh, shoot. Nope. Go away. I need to get to the M's. Information, creature that can't use. You must be a. Oh, you know what though? It does, but this is our barbarian, and it unless you're willing to make it otherwise lethality, it says you have to be a spellcaster with 2 5th level slots. So I guess this is your call. Would you let our barbarian make, that's a reroll? Alright. So instead, by 19, I totally meant 7. And so 7 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A crystal ball. Let's check, can a spellcaster or can a non-spellcaster use this? Let's see. Very rare. You can cast the scrying spell. It doesn't say that you can't, that you have to be able to cast magic, because the crystal ball lets you. So I guess you just can't do it while you're raging is all. Hey, Kobold Cove, welcome. That's another good point too, Kobold. Okay. So this is a very rare crystal ball. Just, you can't be upset while you're doing it. But this crystal ball also acts as a beacon, and it can make you feel blissful, which honestly this Berserker Barbarian needs. This might be the thing that actually... This is actually very wonderfully role-played. It plays into the fluff of the character while providing an interesting mechanical benefit. A crystal ball nightlight. There you go, Cold Spark. So now we have some rare rings. And oh, and by the way, Lethality, I completely derped and didn't check if I'm over-attuning characters. That would be another consideration that I totally forgot about. I'm sorry. If so, I mean, it might be by one slot or something. I don't know if that's a huge deal breaker for you. That is the coinage that the characters are... When these characters, or when the character sheets are given to the players, that's money that they'll have to spend on other stuff that they want. Randomly generates, so you're not worried. Okay, good, good. It's in copper. Yeah, I got 26K by weight. I don't know. Well, gold. Yeah, whatever. What's well, we're talking quantity. I was gonna say, what's a pound of gold equal to a pound of copper? Which weighs more? 2 rare rings, and I believe that there are there's gonna be major ones, but are there minor rare rings? Let's see. There are no minor rare rings, so we are going to major rare rings. And those would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-sided die, and we're rolling it twice. 1 and 7. So we have a ring of animal influence, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a ring of spell storing. Is that... Can we use that as a barbarian? Resistance, shooting, spell storing. Store spells, cast into it. Holding them up to the attuned wearer uses them. The ring can store up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time. Any creature can cast a spell of 1st through 5th level into the ring by touching the ring as the spell is cast. The spell has no effect other than to be stored in the ring. You can cast any spell stored in it. Use the slot. The spell uses the slot level, spell save DC. Oh yeah, a barbarian could use this. So a ring of spell storing is something that the barbarian can have, and so if you do want the barbarian to have this, yeah. So I guess you'd ask the players, which spell or spells do you want to cast into this thing for the barbarian to have? And now we have an uncommon potion of some kind. Minor items, uncommon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If, oh my gosh, I will crack up if we end up getting a 1. If we roll a 1 on whatever this is going to be hilarious, as our character, our chaotic evil berserker barbarian air genasi here. I have a real flair for matchmaking. I can find anyone a spouse. Blip. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Less than a 5% chance, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. We're making a 21-sided die, and the potion this barbarian has is 13. So if that was 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A potion of diminution. Oh, ooh, you could do some fun stuff with that. A potion of diminution. Now, an uncommon weapon, well, we don't have a weapon otherwise, so our uncommon weapon, let's see, so a minor would be ammo, and that's it. So either, it's odds or evens. Evens. So we have a major uncommon weapon. So 1. Is that it? There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5, and let's roll it. And we rolled a 5. A weapon plus 1. So this is going to be... what did we give him? Was he the glaive user? Was he the glaive user? He was the glaive user. Wait, so then what did we give? Oh, Mau Mau, we gave a warhammer because she bonks people on the head for talking too loudly. All right, so hang on. We have a defender warhammer, I guess. Sorry about that. Defender warhammer. Unless you want to put that on the claws. You know, defense claws. Yeah. Or that down here, though, our weapon is a glaive plus 1. And we get another uncommon potion. All right. So... oh, shoot. How many potions were there? My goodness. Gotta go back to... oh, you know what? I rolled a 13. It was a 21. There were 21. We rolled an 18. So that is 21, 20, 19, 18. A potion of invulnerability. What would a barbarian with 29 strength need a potion of invulnerability for? When you're reckless attacking 3 times around and using your reaction to attack someone who's attacked you. My goodness. So there we go. This is the outlay for the characters, and lethality. I'll put this on their character sheets as well for what we were doing, especially to give it some RP flair. I wanted to write it out and put it in front of us in large font so that we could mull over it and go from there. To feed it to the healer class, it's at 1. Yeah, it's not that, you know, the barbarian, you know, could give it to someone else if he wanted to. Berserker barbarians are absolutely damage dealers. Like, they're just, yeah. Yeah, I'm a force of nature. We are an air genasi with the strength of a cloud giant. I mean, we're just, oh my gosh. All right. We finished the workshop. At least the major part. I'm going to polish this up for you, though, Lethality Complex.